Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video here on this live stream on the West Ham channel, of course, West Hammers TV. We are reviewing the game today quickly between Reading and West Ham. Now, it finished 3-0 to West Ham in the Majeski Stadium thanks to goals. Own goal from Dorset after a header deflected in from the corner from Diop. Then we got a goal in the second half from... Who got the second goal? Coventry at the back post, nice assist from Johnson, and then Johnson around the knob, brilliant, taking on 3 or 4 defenders to see off a 3-0 win in the last 20 minutes of the second half. Overall, a really positive performance, and we're going to go straight into things today. Make sure you click like the video, by the way, and subscribe if you're new, and comment for any further video suggestions indeed. Now, obviously, this will change as we go on because of subs you've got to make, but as you can see, the bottom end of your screen there, first up with David Martin. Didn't have a lot to do when he came on standard 5. I can't speak because I don't think there was barely a shot, not to mind the shot on target on him. Aaron Cresswell did all right when he came on. I give him a 6. I don't think a 7 is justifiable. Again, did okay, but didn't do enough to justify 7 or enough. But he didn't do it worse to justify a lower thing either. He said to do more, and he didn't get any assists or anything. He got a few crosses into the box, but maybe it's a bit harsh, maybe a bit more. Alves didn't do a lot when he came on. Did okay when he needed to. Give him a 5 as well. Come on late in the game. I give him a 6. Same with Cresswell. Didn't have a lot to do, but when he did it, he did okay and a bit more than average. He drove up the field a bit, carried the ball a bit, came out when needed. Good leadership back there. Baptiste come on towards the end, standard 5. Can't really say again. He did a lot because he only come on for the last, even shorter than Alves had to come on for. But when he came on, he did okay. And I think he has to be given credit for the age he is. And I don't know where he ended up playing in the end today, but standard 5 is fair enough for him. Aqua, again, I'm actually going to give him a 5.5. I think he did a bit more when he came on today. Not enough to set standard for higher, but I think he looked lively, and he came off towards the end in added time. But overall, I think he actually created a lot, made a few good runs, and did better than probably the average. Ben Rama, I'm giving him an 8.5. I thought maybe it's a bit high, maybe it's a bit low. I think he just created and changed the game when he came on second half. He looked more livelier, made good runs, nearly assisted an offside goal. I think he did a lot, nearly besides a goal. I think he did everything right in story of last season, but I think he even looked for it more in product today. He just needs to keep practicing and trying that. Also Bowen today, I think it looked like he went off in the second half. Maybe he did, or else I just didn't notice him. First half I would have given about a 9. Second half overall I would have given maybe a 7 or 6.5. I'll give him a 6.5, just because I think in the second half he dropped off a good bit, but first half he did really well. Overall, Holland when he came on, I'll give him a 6. I thought he did really well, created a lot, a bit worse than Bowen, but overall I think he nearly scored. Bowen nearly assisted him in the second half, and he made a good few runs, and overall I think Holland looked okay in the end, didn't look sloppy at all, and looked like to be in the game and looked like he wanted to create stuff for us, which is good. He played out left wing. Lanzini, I'd give him a 4.5. I thought he was a bit below average, didn't make his runs or passes he normally would. Okay, playing a bit deeper, but I didn't see a whole lot. Okay, he could have scored the offside goal, but overall I think I would have liked to see him a bit more involved in the game, and wasn't his best. That's my opinion though. Adubiku, probably would have given him a 4. I don't think he did anything when he came on. Reminded me of the United game. Had a shot towards the end of the game he did, and that was off target. Overall, obviously he didn't look like he wanted to try, but he did look a bit off, and didn't really get into the game a lot in the end, which is quite worrying. Players that I'm missing out that didn't, play Randolph against standard 5, didn't have a lot to do in the first half. Actually, no, Randolph a 4, because he actually was worse than Martin despite having more to do. Maybe that makes more sense, does it? But stopping passes and back passes in the first half that probably didn't really play great. He looked a bit shaky. Who else was playing? Oh yeah, Johnson. Johnson deserves a 9. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. He was absolutely brilliant. He was absolutely mastered. Dawson, standard 5, did what he needed to do. Diop didn't look too bad, give him a 5. Covent Noble, I'd give him a 5. I'll give him a 5.5. I thought he did okay. Standard, but maybe a bit better than standard. So there's a wasp over here. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, I give him a 5. I thought he did okay. Coventry, I thought was brilliant. Give him an 8. Most of the comments down below. I didn't, man. I didn't. But yeah, Coventry, I thought did okay today. Well, a bit more than okay for a fella. I thought it was first in the first half. That was a bit outside. 1 second. Let's close it. Let's close that window. Okay, sorry about that. probably coming the other window now. But yeah, I think he looked a bit immobile in the first half. Coventry, I thought he was a bit shaky, a bit confident, but he got calm and composed in the second half and absolutely ran the midfield. What was the score? 3-0 West Ham over Reading in the end. But yeah, overall, I thought Coventry did absolutely brilliant. Scored a goal in the end, made good runs. Brook played well. And look, for what we're needing, I thought he did very well. And, he's a lot to offer in the future and particularly in the nearer one. I don't think he did wrong today. And if he did a better first half, probably would have got a higher match rating. And then if you look towards the rest of the team, Fornals, I thought would have been before, particularly quite maybe a bit harsh on him because I love Pablo, but he get a few runs here and there today that probably didn't pull off in the end well. And he made a good few passes, especially one particular Bowen where he ran in behind and missed in the first half. But he wouldn't say he got taken off half time because he was poor, but he did do outstanding to stay on. That's the best way to put it. But overall, I think it's a pre-season and there's lots to learn. He's tracking back in the first half, must say as well. But Fornals today was very interesting. We've seen a lot of him, and I saw someone on Twitter actually at half time saying in the stadium it's the first time they've actually realised how much work he does off the ball compared to being on the ball. So we can't down him too much. Maybe a 5, but I'll give him a 4 for now officially. And then of course Antonio again taken off at half time. Oh, you're buzzing like this. But yeah, Antonio overall, I think I'd give him a standard 4. No, I'd give him a 4 as well. Like Fornals, subbed off at half time. Wasn't great. Maybe again, I mentioned earlier in the show, he might be trying to mind his fitness and his, preparation for the new season, and that's not great because if we had a proper striker, we could actually get someone who's going full tilt at this or would release the pressure on Antonio to do it. But Antonio gets injured, we have to play Bowen, who's a right winger, a striker, and then we've no right wing due to squad because we won't sign anyone. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there this season. Antonio didn't offer a lot, missed a free header or two, but overall not the standard performances we're looking for from him. I mentioned Bowen if I didn't already again. Oh yeah, I did actually. And again, I don't think there's much. I mentioned them all, but I mentioned them all. My man of the match today, and you can see off the player ratings, it was Johnson. If it was a half time, it would have been Bowen, but I just think Johnson overall with a goal and assist looked very good. Shaky at times, but I think he looked way better than what he was last season. And, we're looking forward to that game against Celtic 3 p.m. Saturday now that we have to look forward to in Celtic Park in Scotland for. We will be doing a match preview and a live watch along for that as well, so stay tuned for that. Again, tomorrow between 12 and 2, the vaccine tomorrow is stuff rewards, but we will fit in a time. Stay tuned for the Daily Talk Show episode 2 of West Ham Transfer Talk. We'll be talking about Bowen to Liverpool, reviewing tonight's match once more in in-depth detail. And we'll be talking about any more transfer news. Maybe Areola's getting close, I've heard as well. And also the 400 million takeover rejected, all to be discussed tomorrow morning on the channel. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be previewing the match as well over the next few days. We'll do our daily talk shows. And as we get closer to the season, we are getting ever closer to more content. We'll do fan cans, match reaction, and match day vlogs. So stay tuned where we are, guys. Thanks for tuning in this evening. And peace out, guys. One thing to say, come on, you Irons.